Hello, and welcome back to the Leaguing Out podcast. As always, this is Thorn.
This is Lainey, and we're your two favorite faggots yapping about whatever random bullshit we're thinking about.
Damn, a slur in the first 10 seconds. YouTube's gonna
It's
love you for
started
that
putting this
one.
on YouTube. Oh wait, we'll just have 10 seconds of dead space before this.
Just 10 minutes of silence. It's not like we're getting monetized anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got a fun
Check out
episode
our
for you
Patreon. We don't
here.
have.
We got a fun one for you here, folks. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think this will be a very us episode. Why don't you take it away with our first segment?
Yeah, so first segment, we literally we just said obscure blondes in our notes, and if you know me, that's like my entire brand basically. Between Stephanie Brown and Mia Dearden, those are the big two. I've joined the pyramid scheme. Let's see,
I think
Asriel.
May's up there. Oh,
Ah,
Ezreal.
like I said, it's just kind of my brand is random blonde characters, especially those left in the 90s.
I'm gonna throw out a few Claremont heads. Elias Forrester, captain of the Arcadia. Scott's kind of love interest after Jean died. Um,
Jean.
Typical Claremont woman. She
Scott.
has a gun and she pilots a boat. So
Okay.
kind of know what you're getting
Is she
into.
really a Claremont one if she pilots a boat and not a plane though?
That's true. If it was a plane, well, I feel like he was kind of like working towards Maddie because
Okay.
Maddie's the ultimate Claremont woman. I feel like we can agree
This
on
is
that.
proto Maddie is what you're saying.
Yeah, this is very proto Maddie.
Okay.
Like
I see
like
the
all
vision here.
Matrix. Yep, this makes sense. What's some other blondes? My thoughts keep going to the X world because I'll also shout out
Hmm.
Courtney Ross,
Oh yeah.
or Opaluna Saturnine, or take your pick from the Captain Britain world. Um,
Said, Luna said you're
oh,
9.
Brian! Brian should count.
Is he? I guess he's Asriel level, yeah.
Yeah, he's Ezreal level. And people don't think of him as a blonde, but like once you realize that, a lot of Captain Britain stories make sense. I think. I
Hmm.
think that. Ooh, Megan. I'm
Megan,
just
yeah.
name checking.
We're just saying
Excalibur
things now.
cast members.
New Excalibur, is she where it's a reunion comic and they all just bleach their hair.
Well, like Betsy could. Well, no, wait. No, she's a natural purple now because of
After Krakoa,
Resurrection.
yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
always funny to tell people. It's like, no, she's a natural purple.
Like Quentin with his natural pink hair.
Yeah, he's a natural pink now.
The image of old man Quentin from Percy's X Force, who's got the long flowing pink beard, is forever
I love
iconic
the
to me, I
pink beard.
fear.
I feel like we gotta name check one of the cuckoos on here, but I don't know which one.
Let's go with Irma, because she's the one that got her name retconned.
That's fair.
And I feel
Well,
like
because like Esme and
if we talk about
Phoebe are
if we
too.
talk about the cuckoos, then we have to share the best fact about them, right?
What?
That their initial spell Spice.
Yes, the Spice Girls.
Well,
Well, and how their last
only after
name
the
should be
retcon.
Stepford. Their last name should be Stepford, but it's Cuckoo for some reason.
Yeah. Really, their last name should be Frost.
Well, that gets into a long.
Well, actually, the last name should be Rogers, question mark.
Damn, you're gonna throw that out there.
I mean, they're weapon plus projects, and they had Steve's DNA.
Speaking of, you know who doesn't get counted among blonde representation? Captain America.
Captain
Where's
America is
my
Captain America is kind of a blonde. He is very much a blonde. Hate to say it, but
it makes sense. Like it adds to. Ooh, okay. This is kind of
speaking of
extending
blonde,
past. Oh, you go.
I was gonna say, speaking of Captain America, I have a headcanon for you, and I want you to either yay or nay it, or maybe not headcanon, but
Okay.
an alternate universe idea. Trans
Hmm.
mask Steve Rogers. The Super Soldier
I
Serum
like
is HRT.
I like it. It's approved. Knuckles approves meme.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say to slightly pivot, but still stay within blonde discourse, I suppose. Have you heard or have you seen the ongoing Matt Murdock hair um, debate that's been going
Is this
on a
comics
couple different
readers versus
circles?
Netflix watchers?
Well, Netflix watchers and then like different eras of
Oh.
Daredevil because depending on when you're reading, sometimes Matt has more yellow, like well, it's literally yellow, but blonde for the comic.
This is hair color changes. I think he's such an iconic comic redhead that he can't be counted as a blonde in
I
any
was
way.
gonna say I agree. Stephanie Phillips made a whole video about it on her TikTok,
As she should. Everyone who
talking
listens
about
to
her
us and
run.
likes our nonsense should go check out Stephanie Phillips.
She made a whole video where she's like, "I think it's very important that we're gonna have a redheaded Daredevil in our
Hmm.
Daredevil comic."
Iconic of
And
her.
I was like,
This is why
"You
we love
go,
her.
girl." Well, it's like because you wouldn't have I don't know who's a random like oh like
You,
okay
no
like
one's
if you
talking about
just
how
decide
Mike Murdoch
today
should be
like
blonde.
Emma didn't have blonde hair anymore. It's like no, like
Yeah,
that's iconic.
I know her blonde hair is not even natural, but yeah. Well, now it is, but
I think it's
Krakoa.
very iconic of the five doing that for everybody.
Mm. It's like how Laura doesn't have an adamantium skeleton, except that Proteus got a little mixed up, and now she does. Womp womp.
He didn't have an education. That's okay. Poor guy. He's dumb as a box of rocks.
Oh, poor guy.
That's what happens when your mom locks you in a fucking metal box when you turn 13.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you're just gonna be dumb as hell.
he should have had better powers that he was basically specific. His mom basically specifically dated for.
Moira X retcon be like, lol, JK, I'm evil as hell.
Mm-hmm. Krakoa retcons are the most batshit insane, but also the most fun in my opinion. So, oh well.
I'm gonna extend this once again. Who are some characters you think would slay as a blonde? Who do you think needs to go through a blonde era?
Well, first I'm going to list off one more blonde character that I haven't mentioned yet, but
Okay,
I am kind of in an error for. Annabeth Chase from Percy Jackson. She's
naturally.
incredible, and like half her thing in the books is like people think I'm a dumb blonde, so they underestimate me, but I'm smart and cool, and that led
Cute,
to some
cute
of
as
the wrong fans getting really mad about Leah Salva Jeffries. I want to say that's her name. I'm going to double check,
yes.
but the current actress playing Annabeth in the TV show, Leah Salva Jeffries. Yep, playing her in the TV show because she's a black actress, and it led some of the wrong fans being like, well, actually, Annabeth's whole thing is about being blonde, so being black doesn't count. And like, those differences. But the whole thing about, oh, I'm being underestimated just for this thing I can't control, but I'm actually cool and smart. Hmm. Hmm. Curious.
No, I think it works.
Yeah, absolutely it does. And she's been doing an incredible job. Season one was incredible, and I still need to watch season two. I've been saying that for the last month, but yeah.
I don't
Sure.
have an excuse anymore. I was literally like, oh, I can't watch it because I need to beat this game. And then I beat the game. And now I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, shit.
Yeah. We'll both get there. But characters who I think would do well blonde. Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
No, and not like permanent. It doesn't have to be like a
Okay.
permanent thing, but like
Okay. John Kent.
just like an era.
John Kent
I have a couple
as
locked.
John Kent is like a beach blonde, very much bleached to hell.
Mm-hmm.
His gay pop era. I think that's what he's in right now, and I think you should go blonde for it.
That's fair.
How about you?
My biggest pick, I was gonna say, I think it'd be really interesting. You know, Kitty's had a lot of storylines about body modification. I think a blonde era would be
Hmm.
interesting for her.
And she's
You
had
know,
a
maybe
lot of
get in.
eras about just basically being little Emma,
Yeah.
especially right now with Exceptional.
I also just think like I don't know, like I think there could be a really interesting storyline to tell. You know, unlike most, Jewish characters, Kitty has
Hmm.
always been like visually very like Jewish. You know, she has curly hair, like the brown eyes and that sort of thing. And I think
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to do an arc with her. Obviously, you need a very either respectful writer or someone who is Jewish, but like sort of talking about like Anglicization and sort of like
Hmm.
masking and that sort of thing. I think that'd be, especially in today's climate, I think that'd be a powerful story that you could cover.
Yeah, I see that. Like you said, you definitely need to be someone who's careful with how they're writing it, but I think it would be an interesting arc. Let's
Especially because like
see.
Kitty's
Mhm.
always been even with her mutation, she's always been very apologetic or unapologetic.
Yes.
Ooh, 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 deep
Oh,
cut, deep cut. You ready for this? Uh, what if Scott went blonde for a bit? Blonde
it says deep
clops.
cut and then just lists the X-Man. I like it. I like it.
Listen, he's already giving like himbo energy most of the time. I think like a cheap dye would really like bring the whole thing
Okay.
together.
Okay. What about Black Canary going blonde? Wouldn't that be crazy? Could you imagine her with blonde
That'd be
hair?
insane. What if
As opposed to her
Cassie
iconic wig that
Sandspark?
she always wears as a wig.
What if Cassie Sandspark went blonde?
Wow, that'd be insane and nothing like her at all.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Let's see.
Okay, but Bruce Wayne though.
I was going through my red sets and realizing how many characters I have who have something weird about their hair that's kind of blonde, kind of not. Like with specifically Cassie and Dinah is what I think about it. Let's see. Who else could go blonde here?
Connor could
Uh,
have some streaks.
what about Roy Harper? Because
Ooh.
already
Oh, loser dad gets gets dyed
already the
shut.
already the Arrow family has Ollie who has blonde hair and Dinah who looks blonde most of the time, and Mia is blonde and Connor is blonde, and Sissy whenever she shows up for some reason is blonde.
I would love to see like Roy Harper get dyed tips, like buy a Mustang, like
Oh
go through
yeah,
total flop 30 something dad era of just
I like it. I like it. Hashtag make Roy Harper more of a flop.
like he's like I got this kid, but she's not really a kid anymore. Like she's pretty grown and like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Give us more textual divorced parents drop offs between him and Jade.
It was funny.
Because like in Cheetah and Cheshire, they specifically mentioned how yeah, Leon's getting tired of going back and forth between her mom and her dad, but which does imply that they're meeting in the McDonald's parking lot.
Fan artists sometimes draw casts with like blonde streaks. Am I making that up? I feel
Cass
like that's I
Kane?
like that. I always mess with that.
I
Yeah,
don't
Cass
know.
Kane.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that, but
I love the
somehow.
contrast of like pure black hair with blonde streaks. I always think that looks really like as a like that's why I mentioned
Mhm.
like Connor Kent. Like I
Okay, well,
think that
hear
would
me
look
out.
good.
Cass does little blonde streaks and Steph does little black streaks in her hair.
There you go.
But they aren't dating yet. They're just best friends.
That's trends.
Speaking of X-Men who have had a lot of body modifications, and we were talking about the Braddocks, Rachel going blonde.
Be fun.
She's
I
like,
feel like she's always
I'm
a
tired of the
character.
summer. She's like, I'm tired of the Summers
Yeah.
family, and I need to look. Or I'm tired of the Gray family, and I need to look distinct from them. I'm gonna go live with my loser uncle, and then she hangs out with Havoc and Polaris for a bit.
Also a blonde. Speaking of blondes,
Yeah,
Havoc.
I feel like it could be
Um,
fun to get Rachel out of the typical rotation and put her with the Havoc and Polaris for a bit. Let them figure out how to be the Funkle and the Wynand, respectively.
it's not brought up a lot, but before Xavier lost his hair, he was a blonde.
Yes, I think that he should go full Fabio.
I like that.
How many of our listeners get that reference? I don't know.
Okay, you know how in the movie they're like, "Oh, it's because of his mutation that he's blonde, so like if you turn his
Uh,
powers off, his hair starts growing back."
are you saying bring that into canon?
I think that'd be well, okay, so
The Deal with the
in
Devil
the
makes
origin
him
issue, in X-Men number 10, where we get the backstory and with Juggernaut and Kane's father, I don't remember Mr. Marco's first name.
no, nobody cares about
Um,
him.
they do mention that when his telepathic abilities developed, his hair fell out. But we've never
Mhm,
seen the opposite get adapted because obviously Charles has gotten his powers taken a couple times. And we've seen him with a
mhm.
beard, and he does have a blonde beard sometimes, so that works. That's
Yeah,
nice. Meow.
I don't know what
That's
caused that,
forever.
but oh well.
That's forever in the show.
No, it's not. Remember, we tested this, and sound effects don't show up.
Oh, that's right. Well, now they don't know what we're talking about. There was a meow noise.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. Who else needs to be blonde? I think we should do one more and then we can move on. One more blonde.
Let's see. What about How about Dick going it? Terrible blonde. Dick and John
I would
both go
love
for
that. I
Bob
would love it. I
Perez.
think that would look really good with his costume. I think the
As
contrast.
long as it's just as long as it's disco wing and his hair is really long.
Oh, sure.
Bring back mullet Nightwing with the disco wing.
I was gonna say the rat tail could you could bring back rat
I
tail.
love the rat tail. I got all 4 issues of the '90s mini this past weekend for like $8, so I'm just thinking about him now.
We were talking about him before recording. Do you know who else had a rat tail for a bit?
Oh, we're talking about him before recording. Let's see. I'm going to cheat and no, because this would have been I don't know. You?
Joseph had a rat tail
Oh, you
when he was
did.
first
Yes.
introduced. Yes.
Nobody cares about Joseph except you, and I hope you know
Do you know why
this.
he got rid of it? Do you know the moment he got rid of it?
It was some random moment about I'm finally free of this control, and he cuts off the rat tail on his
No,
own with
it's
some
even
metal he picks up.
stupider.
Was it
He
more
gets
stupid?
all of Magneto's memories of being a
Mhm.
Holocaust survivor. Like,
Oh boy.
I need to take on the legacy of Magneto more seriously. I can't be a fool now that I've taken on the legacy of Magneto. So he cuts the rat tail. It's so stupid.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love late 90s comics. They never change. Well, without further ado, I think we should go on to our recurring segment. This is Pick of the Week, where we go through our polls and then talk about what we're most excited for. I think this will be our most quickest turnaround for a Pick of the Week. So that's kind of
Thanks.
fun. You get our most freshest take. Because I'm not going to lie, sometimes when we
No,
record
because
an
remember what
episode,
we did a couple of these on Wednesdays.
that's true. But still, I think this, like, usually, like, we'll do a Pick of the Week and then I'll have a change of heart. But
Hmm.
it's kind of hard now. I'm locked in. You want me to
I'll
go
let you
first, or
go
do you want to go
first.
first?
You go.
Okay, so I had a pretty stacked week. Got Mortal Thorn number 6.
Ooh,
Got
Immortal Force. So incredible.
number 7 of Fantastic Four.
So numbers is 6 and 7.
Debut of Deadpool voice line.
No.
I have the debut issue of Inglorious X Force,
Oh, that is
book that,
tomorrow. Okay.
as you'll know, I've been looking forward to for a while. And then, unfortunately, even though I didn't have the most warm reception to Age of Revelation, it did get me interested in pulling the main X Men book again. So I'll be pulling X Men number 24.
Oh.
Um, I'd love to, like, for the bit be like, oh, I'm the most excited about Inglorious X Force because I love Cable and blah, blah. I'd love to play that for the bit. I am really excited about this book, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and pretend it's the one I'm most
Mhm.
excited for. I think it'll be fun. I don't know if it'll be like the book ever. I'm happy to see Dak and Akihiro back
Mhm.
in the main X fold because, like, Helverine
Wolverine's
was
been going for a
marketed.
while, but was always just off in Ben Percy land, where they were like,
Yeah,
"Okay,
I was
keep
gonna
doing your
say,
own
like, it
thing."
was weird if you read Helverine because it would have the X Men like letters page and stuff. You know what like with the
Yeah,
like
and the
editor of the
book has
month and
the
all that.
trade dress and all that.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like an X Men book, and it was definitely on its own little
Island,
corner.
yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be fun to see him more intervene, and I like the idea of, like, he could be kinda like what Banshee was doing, and, was that Legion or Way? It was Legion, right? Legion of X when he had
It was a much
the
bigger cast.
yeah, the spirit of Rez? I don't remember what his spirit was called.
Spirit of
But
variance.
anyway, yeah. I like the idea of, like, we can
Big fan
have
over here.
magic and mutant together in one. So, like, I'm excited, but it's not my pick of the week. Same thing with X-Men 24. I can't wait to see more of 3K. I love that there are a bunch of 90s weirdos.
You're very excited for two of them in particular.
Yes, two of them in
Cassandra
particular.
Nova and
And
Joseph and
and
Beast.
honestly, with the brief exposure that he's had, Wire is a really fun villain.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he
he's
kind
a
of gives
pull
the
out of
same energy.
nowhere, and we're having fun with
Yeah,
him. It's a lot like Judas Traveler showing up randomly in
sure.
the X-Men on Infinity comic right around Fall of X. Like, who's this guy?
He
And who cares? We're having fun.
he gives, like, Sabretooth energy, but not in, like, a,
Weird
I
creep.
yeah, weird creep kind of way. Yeah. And then obviously
Yeah,
we
yeah.
love Cassandra Nova and Evil Beast. You know,
Most importantly for you is the duo, the
yeah, Astra and
best two of a
Joseph
kind.
are back, baby. But not the book I'm most excited for. Um, and you may also think that it might be Fantastic Four that I'm most excited for. I've been really liking Ryan North's run. I
It's been
jumped on
pretty
during One World Under Doom.
fantastic, but
It's been pretty fantastic. I like this arc that we're focusing on Sue, and
mhm,
talking about how integral she is to the team. But unfortunately, it's not my pick of the week. My pick of the week is Mortal Thor #6.
it's
Uh,
Mortal 4. What else do we have to say? It's Al
what else do
Ewing
we have to
cooking.
say?
He's going insane.
Cobra is going to be the main villain. We haven't seen Cobra since the I don't remember the name of the arc, but where all those villains became like the gods of Earth. It was like him. It was Cobra, Mr. Hyde, Gargoyle,
Mhm.
and then another one I'm forget. Oh,
Yeah.
Radioactive Man.
Yep. That was fun. And it's more Ewing, so of course it's fun. But then
Yeah,
before
we
that,
have
the
a
last time,
brilliant.
okay, so he was in Avengers Inc. and some other random stuff right before, but like, he aside from some random Ewing things, he hadn't been seen since the 90s.
Yeah. Well, and you get this beautiful Alex Ross cover. They're like fighting in a
Well, that's
snake
every Alex
exhibit.
Ross cover. You don't need to say beautiful and Alex Ross cover. That's implied.
Well, the problem is this also has that really good Leonardo Romero cover,
Oh, it
um,
does. Yeah.
which looks really good. But I don't know. I'm just excited.
Even
Um,
the what's his name? The Philip Tan variant looks pretty fun. It's a lot more stylized, but it's cool.
yeah, it's kind of given Ultimate Universe, like the original
Okay.
Ultimate Universe. But like, yeah, like #5, we had the big confrontation with Donald Blake. That was really exciting. Odin and Loki are now on the playing field, which will be
Loki? Who's that? Do you
exciting to
mean
see.
Lucky?
Yes, I mean Lucky. And then obviously you had #4, which only has a 3.7 on League, which is annoying because I really liked issue 4. I liked seeing what was going on in Asgard
Mhm.
and like catching up. But
It's
I
very
get
fun
it.
that
I get what.
it's very fun that this issue is Cobra. Next issue is Mr. Hyde. One after that is okay, going back to Asgard.
Yeah,
I'm
more
assuming
Asgard
that
stuff.
issues 9 and 10 will probably be Radioactive Man and Great Gargoyle, right? That's the last one was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, wait. Go to issue 8.
Yeah.
So it's got a homage variant, which are usually like classic, like 80s or like 70s covers.
Mhm.
An homage to 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. That was
It's
like
a
from
classic
2 years.
story.
It's a classic story now, I guess. All of 2 years ago.
So wow, it really has been 2 years. Time flies when you're getting good ASM.
It truly. Well, that's just funny. Like usually these homage variants are like,
Not even
oh,
2 years.
look
It's
at
been a
this.
year and a half.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. You know me. I've been loving him. I've been loving what Al Ewing's been doing on Thor. I think some people were expecting it to be exactly like Immortal Hulk, but if I wanted Immortal Hulk, I'll just go read Immortal Hulk. Like it's the
And
same thing when I
you do
see.
that sometimes, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I do that quite a bit. I've read Volume 1 at least 3 times minimum.
Mhm.
Um, but like it's the same thing I feel when people are like, "Oh, Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk isn't like Immortal," and I'm like, "Yeah,
'Cause
just
if
go
I
read
wanted
Immortal."
Immortal, then I'd go read Immortal.
It's just silly. Anyway, what are you looking forward to this week?
So this week I've got 4 polls. I've got Titans number 31. Gotta give my DCKO tie-in that I don't really care about, but
Tie-in slop.
it has Roy. I like Roy. Yeah, it
Hey,
has
these
Donna, and I
issues
like
have been
Donna.
better. These
They kind of
issues have
have
been better.
they kind of have been, but at this point I'm like, I just need to make it through these last couple issues, and then I get to really cool new Titans by Tape Rumble.
Yeah,
Then along with Titans, I've got X-Men 24. We talked about that quite a bit, so I don't really need to say more about it. It's
not your pick of the week.
it's adjectival. It's got some Borbos. Then I still don't know what's my pick of the week, so I'm hoping that you're gonna let me talk through these. Nightwing number 134 and the Power of Hussein number 15.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm really far behind on Power Fantasy, but I'm
You
sure,
are, yeah, because I'm trying to hand out issues to like 3 different people.
but I'm sure it's great.
It is.
But what I know is
It's Kieran
great.
Gillen cooking.
What I know is great is Dan Waters' Nightwing. I
That's
think we say
true.
this every time this book is on the show. If you're not reading it, you should.
Yeah, that goes for
Like,
both of these, and I think that I'm going to make Power Fantasy my pick of the week just to be contrary to you.
that's fair.
Because Nightwing is incredible, but Power Fantasy is just a little bit deeper. It's got a little bit more oomph behind it that you aren't going to get from other Cape comics. In fact, it's even
That's
weird to
very
call Power
fair.
Fantasy a Cape comic.
Well, and it's funny because you're almost paying for like, yeah, you're paying for the comic, but then you also get like Kieran's like essays in the back, which have all been relatively interesting. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know sometimes he has like interviews back there, which is kind of fun.
As he gives you a little
Like,
playlist, and you're like, hell yeah.
yeah, like I know we've probably said this a million times, but like it really does feel like with indie books, you're getting more bang for your buck 9 times out of
Yeah,
10.
absolutely. Like with Mary Sue, which I'm going to keep saying might be the most fun comic on shelves right now. Unfortunately, no issues this month. Have to wait all the way until what is that? A couple days before Valentine's Day, I guess. I don't know. That's just a
Yes.
regular day to me. But at the end of every issue, they've got those fun little interviews as people like about their favorite fanfic tropes and everything, and like it's incredible. Everyone go read Mary Sue right now.
This was literally me. I was like, huh, it's been a while since I picked up Moon Knight. What's going on with that? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's on hiatus because we're starting a new volume.
Hmm.
I forgot. But I think that's also coming back in February. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Moon Knight anymore. You just keep buying it, and they keep relaunching it, and you keep buying it, and I go, cool, have fun over there.
I will say, I think sometimes a break is good. I think for Mary Sue, it probably will be because I'm sure these next 2 issues are going to be crazy. Um, but I think sometimes they're like, "Oh, we're gonna take a little break," and then it's like, "Well, there goes all the momentum you built up in your comic." Like, I know some people detest fill-in artists, but like sometimes that's just what you got to do
Yeah,
to keep a story going. Because like you want everybody delivering at their highest level, and sometimes artists need more time, and that's fine. But like,
we don't. Although sometimes you get delays and you have Hattush books, so who
yeah,
knows?
exactly. And then sometimes you have Hitush. Or you compare it
That's
to
his own
like
enigma.
Absolute Martian Manhunter. Like Martian Manhunter came back from its hiatus, and it's like amazing, just as good
Yeah.
as it was. Ugh. Anyway, with that
So
out of the
okay,
way,
so let's see. We've had Waters, we've had Gillen, we've had Ewing, we've had Camp. Any other resumes to hit to fill our quota?
does Jed McKay count? Because we've kind of talked around Jed McKay. We can
He's
go to
not.
Midnight
He's
and
not on the same level
Dracula.
as them.
That's fair. Um,
Maybe a Ram V, but I don't know. We aren't specifically Ram V people. Or maybe
See, the
same
thing
with
is, like,
Tynan.
I like everything Ram V that I've read with Ram V. It's, but I'm not like drop everything in Ram V,
Hmm. Yeah, that
based in
like I
Ram
said,
Hill.
Ram V and Tynan are both incredible, but not really our writers.
Well, I think with
Okay.
that, we should move on to our next segment. So this is kind of a sequel to what we talked about last episode. We were talking about how gay we want 2026 to be. Um, and to continue that, you know, since then we've had a lot of conversations about like it was even in the episode we talked about it, like characters that are unfortunately just kind of stuck in like, oh, we come out for Pride specials and nothing else. Like,
Hmm.
so I thought it'd be fun to like take a minute and be like, yeah, what's the word? It's like we keep talking a big game about like, oh, these characters should be in stories. Well, why don't we actually like say what we mean and like
Hmm.
I guess prove it for lack of a better term. Um, and I'm gonna start because I feel very strongly about this.
Okay.
I think the recent character Circuit Breaker that they introduced in the
Yes.
Flash books has
Oh,
been
Circuit Breaker is so cool.
criminally underused. This is the
Hmm.
first character. to use
This
the
is this is
the
the
still
this
force. Oh, you go ahead.
well, even beyond that, this is like the biggest transmask character at any maybe
Yes,
any comic publishing company right now,
we
and
don't
they
have a
get
lot of
shut,
transmask
and not
characters.
even like a transmask, just a transmask non-binary. So the like characters in general are really lacking. I think that I can only name one trans man in comics off the top of my head, and that's Marcus Weatherall from the Avengers Academy Affinity comics.
Yeah, like I
So
can think of a lot of
he
trans
doesn't really
femme
count.
characters, but not necessarily
Yeah, so the fact
trans
that
masc.
DC has a transmask character, they probably have others, but who are even below Circuit Breaker, and they aren't using him. Like, I love Dreamer, I love Nicole Maines.
Technical
Dreamer
issues.
Maines are getting put everywhere, and I love to see it. I want to see a writer with that same enthusiasm for Jules Jordan and putting him in books.
I think I'm back. Okay.
Let's
It's the
see.
Wi-Fi.
Oh boy.
That makes more sense. What if I close this? Oh, there we
What
go.
other what are some other characters that we need to break out of June jail? I'd argue that at this point, basically the whole Avengers Academy cast is there,
Up
and
for it.
we need a heist to get them out of here.
Yeah, I mean specifically like I feel like Escapade and Bloodline
Yep. Do
like
you
have
think
a
that
lot
they're
of
going to get a lot of covers in June?
yeah, like for sure them.
Mhm.
Um,
I'd say that
what else we got?
Aaron and Justin might be even bigger victims, because at least Escapade has the X-Men to fall back on, and Brielle has Blade sometimes, but also more so have the fact that Walpurgis is better for her is kind of an ominous sign that she'll show up as, oh yeah, Walpurgis's owner. Very much in the Gwenpool situation.
That was so funny. Fergus showed up in the Strange Tales Infinity comic, and I'm just like, oh, I've never seen you with that bloodline before. That's kind of weird.
hmm
Did I ever
Uh,
finish my point with Circuit? Okay, my point with Circuit Breaker was more like we've never really had like a heroic user of the Still Force that's exclusively been like a villain thing. So like I think that's fun. I just really like the Still Force conceptually, and I'd love like I don't even know if they could handle like a whole ongoing to themselves, but even like I don't know, like the Speed Force
yeah,
spinoff.
bring back Speed Force. Give me like Jules and Bart and the West twins going on
Yeah.
getting involved in wacky hijinks.
It could be an anthology book like Action where, we get like different stories from different Flash. There's so many members of the Flash family, it feels bizarre to only have one Flash book. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Another group of characters that needs that book, the Wonder Woman supporting cast, and they're all gay. So does this count
Who else?
as characters who need to come out of June jail?
Well, the suspense is killing me.
All of the Wonder Woman characters, they're all gay. It's the mascara. They're Amazons. I guess not all of
I
them have
love
come
when my
out,
Wi-Fi
but
is fun, acting funny.
basically all the Wonder Woman cast has at least some level of queer coding to them. That's kind of inherent in their stories, but also in them as characters. And I think that that can be utilized in having more interesting ways. They could have more specifically queer stories, but also just giving them more stories in general. We can bring back Sensation comics. We can make adventures with Themyscira or something, whatever it takes to get more of these stories being told, especially in an era like right now when the main Wonder Woman book is. I'm not going to mention the main Wonder Woman book more.
Hey, at least we had the guest author
Yeah, that was.
give
We're
some.
in the middle of that right now, and from what I've heard, it's been pretty good.
Do you think if the sales are good enough, they'll like probably not end the King stuff, but like at least like put it on the back burner?
We can hope. I feel like it's more likely that we might get Stephanie Williams mini, but
remember like in the early days of the King stuff where it felt like all this like, oh, the Amazons are banned from the US. Like that was going to be a bigger deal because there was that spin-off book. There was Amazon's Attack or
Yep.
whatever.
Marvel was in that. That was the last time that Cassie Sandsmark, I think, got to do something kind of interesting.
And just be a babysitter.
Hmm. That was back in the era when you were very hopeful for this book, and I was kind of like, okay, if you say so, I'm gonna match your enthusiasm for you.
I definitely burnt out on it as I went on. Here's my thing though, is that like I bet if I caught up, I like most of what's there because I have a patience for King that I don't have for other writers. I'm willing to let him cook a little bit. But
Hmm.
it was just very like distracting to me because I was just like, oh, we're only like 20 issues in and we're already getting rid of like who I assumed was going to be this big overarching villain. Like that was very strange to me. That was very
Hmm.
off-putting. Like, okay,
Yeah.
not to keep glazing Avengers Academy, but like, could
No,
you
let's
imagine?
please do that. That's Anthony Oliveira. That's who we're missing on that list.
What was her name? Who's the just Red Skull's daughter? Was it
Sin.
Scarlet or whatever?
Oh no, yeah, it was Scarlet. Sin's the other more iconic one.
Yeah. So like, imagine like if she just showed up for I don't know, like 15 issues, and then they beat the shit out of her, and that like, hooray, we did it. Now we don't have to worry about her. Like, no, like a good overarching villain shouldn't be like the
Yeah,
recurrent.
their presence should be felt. What you can do things without them in the book, but their presence should still be felt.
Yeah. Oh, and the whole gimmick of like, oh, this is the I already forgot his name. What's his name? What's the King of America?
Not
But the
was it just the
monarch,
patriarch?
maybe? I don't know. Whatever. The guy that
Um,
looks like the vulture. Anyway.
let's see. Hmm.
Oh, the Sovereign. I remembered.
That's what it was. The Sovereign. Yes.
Yeah, so like the whole framing device of like the Sovereign being like, "Oh, Lizzie, I'm gonna tell you about how kick-ass your mother was, but how she fucked the world." Like, I don't know. I did not buy it. I did not buy it after a little while. Um,
Yeah.
I need more. I need more judge. And like that's another thing. I think part of the reason I want a lot of these like June Jail characters out of June Jail is that they have a lot of history that I think can be used in interesting ways. Like it's a really good example. Well, like Prodigy and Speed for one thing.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
that we need to let. I feel like Wanda's kids in general need to come out of June jail. Wiccan kind of has for MCU synergy. Do with that what you will. But it feels like when was the last time Tommy was really doing things?
like he wasn't even really in Krakoa, even though he's
He was
supposed to
in
be.
Trial of Magneto and would sometimes be a background character in X Factor just because Prodigy was there from memory.
Yeah. Well, and then okay, one of the many complaints I have about a book that I mostly enjoyed is breaking up Prodigy and
Yeah. Anytime
breaking
that we
up
get that randomly
Prodigy
happening, I'm going to do it. Sorry.
in NYX. Like that was really frustrating for me. I was
Mhm.
like, seriously? Like they're barely together anyways. Like why are you doing this?
Yeah. It. To see. Speaking of characters who go blonde, give me a while where Tommy is blonde. That'd be cool. Like instead of
That'd
just
be fun.
pure white hair, he goes blonde. Give me like gender fluid Tommy Shepard.
I was really worried that Mystique and Destiny were gonna be stuck in June jail after the wedding
Hmm.
issue. But I'm happy to see they're apparently in that new Rogue miniseries that's coming out. Well,
Hmm.
at least Mystique is.
Yeah, I haven't been hearing too much about it, but I've got high hopes. So
I know, like, we'd be complaining if it wasn't, but high key, I wish it wasn't announced as a mini, because then I'd probably at least pull the first issue. But now I'm just like, it's a mini, I'll just trade wait.
As opposed to when you started buying Black Cat thinking it was a mini. No, you thought it was a one shot. No, you bought it. You thought Black Cat was a mini. You thought Cheetah and Cheshire was a one shot, right?
I thought I don't know what I thought about Black Cat. I just know I didn't
Also, I
play
assumed it was a mini. I didn't know it was an ongoing until people started talking about it getting canceled at 10.
like 10 issues. Um,
Marvel doesn't really do
you're right about
ongoings
the shooting.
anymore. They just do
Bring it
10
up.
issue maxis. So
I blame the title. I think that title robbed the just. I was like, oh, okay, that sounds very one-shotty.
I think that it definitely, to me at least, is like, yeah, that's a mini because you have to assemble the heist and you have to get and you have to plan the heist and you have to start the heist and you have to have something go wrong. You have to finish the heist and you have to have the big reveal. That'd be a lot
It's
for a one
literally
shot.
like that episode of Rick and Morty where they make fun
I
of
haven't seen Rick
Major.
and Morty and I'm better for that.
You are better for that. Well, I think we've officially uh, trans. I don't have a good word.
We've
We're
trans Tommy
yapping
Shepard
now.
and now we're going to transition topics.
Yeah, we're yapping now. What do you want to yap about? What do you want to spin your yarns or
Let's go with that. Wanda has a gay kid and a bi kid and a lesbian kid and like she's complete the set.
yeah, she's got a lesbian kid?
Vision.
Well, she's more like Wanda's like niece, I'd say.
Yeah, but the fact that her kids aren't really her kids either because they're actually her
That's a good
kids'
point.
souls transformed into other people's bodies.
That was so weird. I don't know why they did
Yeah,
that.
they didn't really need to. But like, I think that one needs to. I think that Wanda and Vision need to have their kids and just start collecting all the different labels.
Well, okay, so there's that new girl, her like apprentice or whatever.
Yes,
Amber Amaranth?
Amaranth.
Amaranth?
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
You got it. I was getting there. I was
Make
to be
her
stuck on
asexual.
Amethyst, the princess of Gem World.
Make her asexual. Complete the Infinity Gauntlet. I think
The
that'd be
Infinity
funny.
Gauntlet.
Yeah, the in gaiety conflict. I got nothing.
Yeah, and she needs a trans kid as well for that. I'm staying by. It should be Tommy Shepard. Either that or take one of the Vision kids and one of them is trans. So that way it's
Trans
one kid for each
Tom.
label. Making the robots trans feels weird.
Well, 'cause
They're
they're
putting
already
chemicals in the
weird
oil.
gender. Like,
They're putting chemicals in the oil. They're turning the robots gay.
and I'm here for it. Me personally, I'm team trans them bots. Oh, Transformer. Makes sense now. This adds up. Um, no, I think you're right. I like Wanda. Okay, this is such a weird thing. I was literally having a crisis the other day about how much I'm slowly starting to like Wanda, like as a character. Um, because I was playing a lot of her in Marvel Rivals of all
You
things.
would, because you don't have to aim.
Well, okay, yes, but like I really like a lot of her like dialogue in the game. I think she's very like she's
You
got like a
like
fun.
her and Venom as a ship?
Well, yeah, that goes crazy, but that'll be a whole other turch. um, yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I feel like I made it kind of like a bit of a personality to be like, oh, I fucking hate Wanda Maximoff, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm starting to soften.
Hmm.
I'll still always be more Team Pietro, but like,
Yeah,
you know,
Pietro's the perfect amount of asshole
for me,
for anyone.
for in general, yeah, that's fair.
He's such an asshole, and I kind of love him.
It's
Uh,
interesting how many twins there are in like comics in general. You ever think about that?
I think we talked about it. Yeah, I think the Marvel should have a book about there was just all twins fighting, or maybe
You
not
got the
all of them fighting each other,
Bobies,
but
you got
like
the
you have
Bobiers, you got the Braddocks,
or
you
if
got the
you can make a full X Men team out of twins easily
yes.
with some despair. Or okay, so are we saying is it only specifically twins, Or are we including like triplets and stuff?
Yeah, so you
And
can throw the
separates.
cuckoos in there, or
Also, all the Braddocks.
well, no, because Jamie's the older brother.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just Betsy and Brian who are
Brian.
twins.
For now. Bum bum bum.
Bum bum bum. I don't know what you're driving at, but that's fair.
That they'll get a secret, the third one reveal at some point. It's
Everything
Marvel. What
secret.
do you expect? What do you expect?
You've heard of the third Summers brother. Now get ready for the fourth
The third.
Braddock sibling.
This one's non-binary.
Is Dazzler's sister her twin, or do they just look very similar?
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I want to say that it's just a sister,
I know she's shown up
but
in like three comics ever, but
yes, she's the younger half sister
okay.
of Dazzler. So the mutant disco queen, Dazzler.
Disco Queen.
A miniature golfing queen.
Yeah, but like you could have an X-Men team where it's like the Cuckoos are on Cerebro, the Bobier
You
twins, the Braddock twins, the little zebra looking.
throw in at least Pietro and Tommy, if not to Wanda and Billy.
Yeah.
Lauren is not really their twin, but with with the coloring mistake between her and Wanda, they might as well be. Because there was a variant of X Men United #1 where they announced a version of it that had Wanda, and then later went, "Oops, that was miscolored. It's supposed to be Lorna."
You know that kind of reminds me of. Do you know the whole thing? Um, I think it's Mr. and Mrs. X. I don't remember
Hmm.
which Rogan Gambit solo it is. It's the one where they have the egg. I think you've read that one.
Maybe I'm not 100% sure right now.
Anyway, so for one of the issues, they released like preview art of like the Shi'ar Imperial Guard attacking
Hmm.
Rogan Gambit because they want the egg. And in the lineup, they accidentally drew Astra as in Joseph's creator. Um, in the lineup when it was supposed to be Astra as in the Imperial Guardian Astra.
Sometimes
And
it's
I think
impressive the mistakes that get made, and you're like, "How did this slip by?" I don't know, but it's
I
fun to
think
hear
it's
about
kind of
now.
I think that's peak. But they fixed it for the final issue.
Okay, that's good at least.
Rare Astra non-appearance. Do you think like there's like an alternate universe for like characters like Batman and Superman are obscure and like Blue Beetle,
Which
Rose
one?
and Thorn and like Booster Gold are like the Trinity?
So you listed four characters. Well, no, because Rose and Thorn is the whole thing. And is it good rep? It's something.
I just couldn't think of a female like an obscure female character. I guess I could have said like I
Well,
don't know.
you didn't just let me do it. Okay, I see how it is.
I see what it is. But like, could you imagine like a
What were the
reverse?
Trinity? Trinity is Fire, Ice, and Guy Gardner.
Sure. Well, because like okay, this is so stupid. But I was looking at my Batman comics the other day, and I got really meta with myself, and I was like, if you didn't
Mhm.
already know Batman was this famous property, you would laugh. Like if you learned that there was a superhero called Batman and he dresses like a bat, you'd
With
laugh out
no
loud.
powers, he just kind
Yeah.
of he vaguely looks like a bat.
Yeah. Like that'd be silly, but because it's Batman, everybody's like, "Oh, you know." Spider-Man is another good example. Like Spider-Man is silly.
Yes,
Actually,
very
the
silly.
second sentence. I was gonna I was gonna elaborate,
There's
but I
no
was like, you know
but.
what? And it's like, yeah, all comic like they're funny books, but at the same time, it's just like I think
Or
it's really
comic, if
interesting.
you will.
But like, I don't know, like who's an intentionally silly character? I don't know, like
Do you want
Frogman.
one? Do you want one who I think works or doesn't? Okay.
I think like Frogman's like a good comparison. The only reason Frogman is like haha silly is because he was invented like later. If Frogman was like a I don't know debuted in Amazing Fantasy 15, we'd all be like, "Yeah, Frogman."
Hmm. Yeah, and sometimes they make characters who are intentionally silly and like supposed to be because they know comics are silly, and like Ambush Bug feels a little
Yeah,
bit too meta
that's
to
too
really
much.
work well. But I don't know because I'm also saying that that's around the same time, or he started doing things around the same time as like Triangle Arrow Superman, which is like the most insane thing to try to explain to someone ever. But it's also the most highly acclaimed Superman era, I think.
Yeah. Well, or like, eh, like, I don't know, it's just interesting, like, what's legitimate and what's not to me. I think that's always been, like, something about comics that really interests me. And then, like, then you'll get, like, cultural reevaluations, you get, I don't know, what's something that used to be silly? I mean, like,
Batman,
sure.
the '60s show, that was
Or even,
silly.
like, the Hulk, like, we're talking,
Mm-hmm.
like, pre-Immortal or pre-Peter David run, like, "Oh, me Hulk, me Smash."
Mm-hmm.
Me when I'm at the club, we're all fam.
You would still be referencing that in 2026.
Damn, okay. I see how it is. I mean, you're right, but
I'm not doing much better. So, let's see. What else?
yeah, is there anything else you wanna yap about? Because I know, or at least I think we have a pretty interesting concept that we're gonna talk about for Fat Fam Slander anyway.
Uh, I think we can move on if we want to. We're gonna spend a lot of time on those,
Let's get
on
right into
that
it.
because our Batman Slender Hour and our last segment are both very unique, and we'll be talk have a lot going on.
So, why don't you introduce what we're gonna slander about the Bat Fam today? What hit the audience with it.
Basically, just about the Absolute Universe.
Yeah, because well, I don't know. I guess we'd both read it last episode too, but we didn't talk about it. But now we've both read the crossover in Absolute Wonder Woman number 15, correct? I think that's the right
Yes,
word.
that sounds right.
Where you get Kelly Thompson writing our Absolute Batman way better than Scott
And yeah,
Snyder did.
absolutely.
Ha, get it? 'Cause that's the name of the initiative.
He's absolutely
Um,
doing a better job.
but yeah, like I think it's fair to say we've both come to this realization of like the thing about Absolute Batman is that it's like all the worst of Bat slop kind of rolled into one. You know,
Mhm.
it's it's overly glazing of Bruce's abilities. It minimizes the other characters in his life to like accessories. Um,
Yeah, it's a lot of hey, isn't the Joker awesome? And he should be even edgier.
I know it's a joke, but like I don't think a single issue of Absolute Batman like breaks it passes the
Uh,
Bechdel
uh,
test.
I was about to say, didn't Martha and Barbara meet? But no, they were just talking about Jim, I think.
Anytime Martha's on
Have there
screen, she's
are
either
there any
talking
other
about
times there
Jim
have
or
been two
Bruce.
female characters on panel at the same time?
Well, you just compare that to like Absolute Wonder Woman, right? Where it's like,
Was Absolute Wonder Woman past the reverse Bechdel test?
oh yeah, I would say so.
Mhm.
I mean, you have the where Steve's or yeah, where Steve's explaining like, oh, we're gonna evacuate the people because big funking monster.
Mhm.
But also, like, men have talked enough. They deserve to talk about women more.
Exactly. That's the point of this podcast. If we ever pass the reverse Bechdel test, then we have failed.
Yeah.
Never be talking. We should always be making sure to connect things back to women. We so that means we failed this episode, I guess. We've glazed a
Well,
lot
or
of male
even like,
creators.
and we're very far behind, but like, just from what I've read, even like Absolute Superman does a
Mhm.
really good job of like, yes, like Clark is important. Or well, I guess Kal-El, he doesn't have the human name.
Hello, no.
But like yeah, like Superman's important, but also like this is what Lois is doing, and this is what Jimmy is doing, and this like I I feel like the characters are a lot more three dimensional. Whereas in Absolute Batman, it's like Eddie's doing this for Bruce, Waylon's
Mhm.
doing this for
Or
Bruce.
Bruce.
Even Alfred, fucking Alfred's been reduced to like, oh, the Batman is so cool. Look at all the cool stuff he did before even me and my secret gov. We didn't even. Okay, this bugs me personally. Fuck is Alfred working for? Is it the U.S. government?
No,
He's
I
clearly
think it's got to be
British.
like an MI6 type organization.
Is it like an international thing? Like what? Hate it. I'm gonna turn into Necro real quick. Hate, hate,
Hey,
hate. Oh, and I assume. Okay, I guess spoilers for anybody who hasn't read was it Absolute Batman 15 or whatever. The Joker origin issue. Skip
I
now or forever
haven't
hold your
read it,
peace.
but I also don't care to. So let's go. Let's dive in.
You were given the most simple assignment ever of like, okay, you've introduced this new, even more fucked up Joker. Tell us how we got that way. And what did Scott Snyder decide to do? Do a really shitty version of Killing Joke. Because he
Is that
read that
really
whole
what it
multiple
was?
choice backstory thing and he thought that was cool. So he literally makes Absolute Joker's origin a choose your own adventure fucking nonsense. And I hate it. It's stupid.
Is that really what this was?
Y- From what I understand, and again, I've had the issue read to me, so I
Okay.
guess I technically haven't read it, but I've had the
You
issue
went on
read.
YouTube Shorts and found someone.
No, Emma actually read
Oh,
it.
okay. Dude, I'm
um,
gonna explain it to you. So basically, YouTube Shorts.
like literally the way the issue
Shout
works
out
is that,
Emma.
like they're interrogating. I don't think the Joker himself. I think they're interrogating like a goon or like a higher level goon who knows a thing or two, right?
Hmm.
The first time they beat him up, he tells one story that might be true. And then they beat him up again, and he tells another story that's similar
Oh,
but a little different.
so they're
And then
really
they beat
leaning
him up
into the.
another time.
If I'm gonna have a backstory, it might as well be multiple
Yes,
choice.
that's what I'm driving at. Yeah, that's what I'm driving at.
Oh, that. Mm,
It
I
sucks.
don't
It's
even know how
bad.
to feel about it.
And also, like, so you'd think with the cover, we're gonna get an
Mhm.
explanation on why he's like a freaky,
Dragon guy.
dragon man. Nope, he can just do that.
Okay.
He also does like a most dangerous game style, like kidnaps people and brings them to like his little Jeffrey Epstein island. I don't know. There's just a lot going on. Um, and I think it's really frustrating because you could have had something really interesting of like rich evil billionaire versus good poor Batman and like kind of a reverse like such
Yeah.
but like then you had to make him demonic, but he's also like a serial killer. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Hmm.
Also, I don't like the fact that Black Mask is his subordinate. I think that's stupid. I don't care that it's an alternate universe. It's Black
Uh,
Mask. He should be himself. Like,
I have so many thoughts about Black Mask I'm not going to get into right now.
well, and then Bane. Bane is also like working for the Joker, and I'm like, really?
Uh,
Especially because do you know
oh.
the thing about Venom in the Ultimate Universe? Like how the Venom works?
Wait, we're jumping to Ultimate now from Absolute.
Oh no, I mean Bane's
Oh,
Venom.
you're talking
Like
about Bane's Venom in
yeah.
Absolute. Got it.
Do
This
you
is
know how that
sorry.
works in the Absolute Universe?
Do I want to?
It's exactly what you think it is, as in the dumbest possible thing. Because what? So in the main universe,
I'm
Bane's
struggling to
smart.
come up with anything dumber than kind of what it is. Does it make you weaker and smarter?
Yeah, he's naturally strong. The Venom makes him smart.
Wait, I was kidding.
Yeah, that's the actual. That's the actual. So he's already like beef. He's already beefed up, but he's not
He's
that
naturally
smart.
he's naturally built like that.
Yeah, apparently.
There's something in the water over there.
It's dumb. I don't like it.
I don't. And the fact that like every issue is you like these characters now watch. How do you want to watch them suffer? Like
Yeah, what if they were dark and fucked up? Oh my god, did you see what they did to the penguin?
that he's like the chicken nugget guy after he got
Yeah,
beat up.
he's that's so true. He's like the chicken nugget guy. That's so true. Oh, and it's just like on the one hand, like yeah, we know these characters pretty well, so it's like kind of sad to see them get fucked up. But it's also it hasn't even been 20 issues yet, so like
Mhm.
it's a little like oh okay, so I guess that just happened. Like
Yeah,
I'm not saying I don't feel bad, but at the same time, I'm just like oh okay, like that sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
It very
Like
much is. Here's a someone that you know the name of, but not really the character because this is a different version. Hope you care about them already.
dead, fucked
Hmm.
up, mutilated, like and now we're getting like so we had the annual, and it seems like they're all getting annuals, so I'm a little less annoyed about that. But when it was only the Absolute Batman annual, I was
Yeah,
like, seriously, like, because that's what we need more of. Um, but now we had the Arc M special,
yeah.
which apparently is just slop. Like it doesn't even like push the story forward. It's just slop.
Okay. I don't know. The last thing I read from Absolute Batman was like half of the Mister Freeze arc, I think. So
Yes, I gave it to you.
yeah.
Oh, I have absolute. I'm announcing this live on the show. I have absolute Superman number 4 to give you,
Ooh.
and it's pretty good.
I still haven't bought a I never bought a copy of Absolute Batman #1, even though we're on the 10th printing. Our shop owner reserved two copies, one for me and one for you, and was like, okay, I know you two are going to want them. And I was like, no. He's like, this is going to be worth hundreds of dollars at some point. I'm like, yeah, but I don't care.
Do you want to know how much mine currently is going for? Just so
Do you
you.
want to?
Well, it depends. Will you feel upset if it's a lot and you didn't
Probably not,
invest?
because I knew it was a lot, and I've already watched your Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
That's true. Okay, you ready? $152.92.
Wow. You could buy like at least a couple McDonald's meals with that.
I could buy better comics with that. Hey,
Let's go.
let's go. But yeah, like it really is just a symptom. And also like we're this way deep, but like I still feel like it's always odd. Like I read like okay, like when I read the crossover issue and it kind of started with like Bruce like patrolling and like doing like normal Batman stuff, I was almost like weirded out because I'm like, does this Batman actually
You still
do?
do Batmaning? Yeah.
Yeah, like it feels like he's very like mission orientated, which is fine. But
Mhm.
like it felt like such a departure to
Like,
see
what do
him
you mean he's
like
going on patrol to like care what trouble some random people are getting into and helping them? That's not this guy. He goes around and decapitates people with the battle axe.
the battle. I do love the battle axe, so
You
for sure.
would.
But like I don't know, like I really did like the crossover. I thought his interactions with Diana were really cute. I think Wonder Bat could work in this universe if they really wanted to push
Mhm.
that. But then again, I just like Diana. Diana could talk to like a snail, and I'd be having a good time
Yeah,
with it. She's just really fun.
yeah. And Kelly Thompson could write two rocks having a conversation, and I would be at the edge of my seat the whole time.
Literally, that one scene in Everything Everywhere All at Once, where they're
I,
doing.
I'm gonna watch the movie someday. Don't worry.
You'll cry. It's that good.
I know I will.
Um.
I'm gonna do a double feature of that, and I saw the TV glow.
Oh. Oh. You'll need somebody on speed dial if you do that. You're gonna. That's not good. Well, I can't lie. I saw the TV glow and felt nothing, but that might just because I don't know. I'm built different. I couldn't part of okay, not to get off topic, but that's kind of part of the show. You know why part of the reason I really
What's
couldn't get
being on
into
topic on
Isolation
this
of Dogs?
show?
You
Hmm?
know, I couldn't get because it's one of Will Smith's kids who's in the leading role, and
What show is this? But sorry, or what thing
I
is
saw
it?
the TV Glove.
Oh, it's the TV Glow. Okay, I don't really know that much about it except that I know I need to watch it. And it's gonna make me suffer in the best way.
Yeah, it's trans as hell. It's got Buffy references. You'll like that.
Okay.
Um, but like, yeah, I think one of Will Smith's kids is the lead, like the lead actor. And every couple minutes I was like, haha, Will Smith kid. And maybe that broke my immersion a little bit. 'Cause I was just like, Will Smith kid, kid named
Will
Finger.
Smith kid.
Well, I think, okay, hold on, let me double check, because I don't want to say that and then be proved wrong, because that'll make me feel stupid. What Bat fam member do you think needs to watch I Saw the TV Glow?
Tim Drake.
Oh, I was right, it's Justice Smith. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I was like, I don't think I'm crazy. I'm pretty sure.
Tim Drake. Absolutely. There's the answer. Because
Yeah,
I don't
he
know if
looks really good for 30.
I said it a lot in some places, but I don't think I ever said it on the podcast. I'm not gonna say lots of good things about Tim Steph. You know me.
Yeah.
But
But if they were trans,
well, I'm saying that Tim Drake and Stephanie Brown is the most T for T couple you will ever get. In that it doesn't matter whether they're both trans mask, both trans femme, trans in opposite directions, trans mask Stem, trans femme Tim, trans mask Tim, trans femme Steph. No matter what, they're both trans. They are both incredibly bi, and yeah, I think that both of them need to be trans in some way.
I think that's fair.
And I like the idea of trans femme stuff. And also, I don't. Tim does not strike me as someone who's thought about had to think about gender before. So make him watch I Saw the TV Glow, and we'll see if I'm still calling Tim him.
I think that's fair. Yeah, actually, you know what? Okay, to kick Absolute Batman while it's down, that's another thing. That book could be a lot more gay. Make it more gay. You know, it was a
Yeah,
little gay there at the beginning with
like
his
him
little
and Eddie.
polycule.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the crime alley, whole crime alley crew. Yeah,
the Crime Alley polycule. Because I know that'll piss some Chud fans off. I'll keep calling it that. To
if we keep saying it is what it is.
yeah. Um, yeah, it was a little gay there with the Crime Alley polycule. But it could be more gay. And frankly, like Bruce seemed a little unwilling. You know, he seemed a little
Yeah,
opposed to
I
the
think that
Crime
that's
Alley
sort of his
polycule.
character arc is about getting older and realizing that oh he is poly and queer.
Yeah, I think that'd be good for him.
That'd be a better book than what we're getting right now, and put Kelly Thompson on writing it.
Because like Selena clearly knows. She's like,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It might be a little weird to have them all in the polycule now, as Eddie is half computer and Oswald is kind of a chicken nugget.
the chicken nugget man. Yeah.
And Bruce about to go into hell to rescue Waylon's soul or whatever, so it works. Don't, that part's
Yeah, I'm a
fine.
little confused how like like going to hell will stop him from being mutated into.
But if that's what he thinks is best for his boyfriend, then
I was gonna say he's literally rode Waylon, so like you know, take that
yeah,
as you will. Also, like, didn't they do like the opposite with Two Face? Isn't that how it is? It's like
I don't know.
the top half of his body is burned or something, like something stupid like that. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is a lot.
I think we should move on to a more fulfilling conversation, a more
Yeah.
interesting topic.
This is something,
We
yeah, this is
Yeah.
something I was thinking about last night as I couldn't fall asleep. And I don't know why I was, but I'm glad I did because now we can put it here and have other people talk about it, hopefully, too. Is that decades are weird, especially in the comic industry, and it always takes a couple of years to really move on from what the last decade was. So comics decades are really more like 8 or 9 years, and they start somewhere between like ending in three, ending in five. It's just a whole kind of interesting thing. So like the best example of this, I think, is that The beginning of the 2000s in the comic book industry, it's just more of the 90s, right? We can all agree on that?
Yeah, I would say like kind of like with it's very similar to music, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like the 90s doesn't properly end till like 2005, I'd say.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd say that you can even kind of put markers on it with like Bendis starting his Avengers stuff over at Marvel and Infinite Crisis over at DC. Those are really what moves comics past the 90s, with quite literally in some ways, with like Infinite Crisis dealing with the whole how comics have changed, and Bendis Avengers kind of doing that as well with who it brings back, who it kills off, what it does, and it defines a whole new status quo.
I will say and I don't know how you feel about this, but at least I feel pretty strongly about it. I think comics are one of the earliest um the earliest mediums to kind of get caught up in the 90s
It's one of the earliest and one of the ones that gets stuck in there the longest, I think.
because I would say unlike most, art forms, I think the 80s of comics really does end at like 89, 90. I would
Hmm.
not extend it into 91 or 92 cuz
Oh
then you
yeah,
get like
I'd even argue that the comic
Super
90s
Song.
that starts in the 80s.
Yeah, I think that's fair, like 89.
Hmm. And like a lot of post, you could if you want to get really controversial, you can say that the comic 90s extends from like the very first things after Crisis on Infinite Earths all the way to Infinite Crisis.
I'd go that far, but I see your point.
I don't know if I'd make that argument, but I could see that point.
I think like when early McFarlane gets on, like 87, 88, 89, maybe.
Hmm. Okay, yeah.
If we were to tighten it, maybe 88 for as like a definite start.
Hmm. Probably once we get into full blown Triangle era, that's the
Oh, for
90s.
sure. But again, that's like so early. I think that starts at 92. So
Hmm.
like that's pretty early. You have the image explosion in 93.
Yeah.
Um
And
and I would say
I don't think this will be the first time we can use image to define a comic decade. We'll get to that
oh,
though.
for sure. Um Well, and then like here's my thing. I really do think like that sort of 70s thinking does go about till Crisis in 85. I would say like the 70s style of like storytelling and like
Yeah.
we can use the metal system if you want, but I always find the metal system kind of weird.
Yeah, it worked really well for those first two. Like gold and silver, yeah, that's perfect. But then no, we can stop there.
And then like I don't know. Maybe this is a hot take. I would say that the even though like the Marvel age, right? When like
Yeah.
Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, even though that's technically in the Silver Age as a
Yeah.
whole, I
It
would
feels
count
like its
that as a
own
little
thing.
mini golden age there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's like the
I-
Marvel golden age.
yeah. Because let's be honest, like nobody's going back and reading like Marvel Comics #1 with
Nobody's
the
reading the
debut
wartime
of George
stuff.
Namor and being like, wow, this is really like all
No,
timer.
nobody's reading Marvel wartime comics.
Yeah. In fact, nobody read them so much in the 70s, they made the Invaders book and, like, kind of redid their World War
Yes.
II, if
Yeah.
you think about
And
it.
they kind of keep redoing it.
I slander them a lot, but I do love that little gaggle, that little bunch, like Union Jack, um, is it the Destroyer, right? The guy with, like, that ghost face, he has,
Yes, the
like, that
Destroyer.
yeah, I like him, he's fun. Um,
Although recently it's her, Sharon Carter's the Destroyer.
that's right, Sharon Carter's the Destroyer. But she's kinda, like, got, like, a Black Mask kinda look going, which is interesting. Well, I guess
Yeah,
White
kind of.
Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Taskmasterish thing.
oh, who's that speedster who's also a vampire? Do you know who I'm talking about? She's a Golden Age character.
Uh, let's see. The only Marvel speedster I can think of right now is the Wizard.
Well, the Wizard too, yeah, that's another good. Good catch. Oh, Spitfire. That's her name. Spitfire. I think she's British. I want to say. I know she
Yeah,
was in a lot of British books, but I don't know because I think she got bit by Blade. I'm pretty sure that's this because she wasn't originally a vampire. She got bit. Isn't this? Isn't comics lore so fun? Talking about
it's
all
so
this.
everywhere in the best way. I was talking about this with another friend, and saying that I hate when comics make things more simple. I want them to be more complicated. I want more data pages. I want more infographics. I want more nonsense. Don't streamline anything for me. Make it so confusing that no one understands it instead of so simple anyone can.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hmm.
Well, and then okay, so you were kind of alluding to it, but why don't you like break down your this modern era that we're in? Because I think you
Yeah.
explained it quite well.
So I kind of feel like the modern era, the comic 2020s can be. You can say that it starts with either, if you want to go with a big two explanation, then you say it starts with Marvel's Ultimate stuff, Ultimate Invasion, Ultimate Universe, all of that, and with DC all in an absolute. But I'd say that if you want to really point at the start of the comic 2020s, you go to Ghost Machine over at Image, and that's
Yeah,
what really kicks us into the 2020s.
I think with Geiger and Junkyard Joe, like you have this really like we're setting the grounds for a new universe, and not in the way like Invincible did back in the 2010s, where it was like, or no, Invincible started in 2005, didn't it?
I don't know.
Whatever. But my point is like when Invincible debuted, they tried to do the same thing, but it was also still in continuity with like Savage Dragon and Spawn, and only later it kind of became its own thing. Meanwhile, Ghost Machine definitively from the start has been like we are our own continuity. We will cross over with each other, but you're not going to see Spawn fight Geiger, or you're not going to find like I don't know, like Redcoat meets the Max or something. You know?
Mhm.
And I respect
Yeah.
that because I think sometimes, it can be really easy to be like, oh, like big old crossover and all this and that. And it's just like really frustrating.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
what happened with the Ultimate Universe. Hey,
I'm.
why did
I
you
don't know.
do that?
And I feel like, especially in Marvel, you can like the fact that Krakoa ended and the Ultimate Universe basically immediately began. That's a very good signifier of the 20 teens of comics versus the 2020s of comics.
For sure. Well, and I think about how, like, you know, Krakoa was referenced by so many books that I would normally describe as like late 2010s, like
The
Immortal
Raoul
Hulk,
Runaways.
Runaways, um, Thor,
Hmm.
the Donny Cates one, I think.
I think even Kelly Thompson's West Coast Avengers references it. They reference each other a little bit, at least. It might only be
Well,
from
because it's
Krakoa
weird because that book
to
like
Kelly.
ends right about when Krakoa starts.
Yeah.
That's what's weird about that.
Hmm.
Now, would okay? I guess I'm gonna pose this as a question, like on the topic of like eras and like how things change. Do you think it can kind of be different depending on the specific franchise? And I don't mean like Marvel versus
I
DC.
think so. I
I
think
mean down to like
definitely,
the
yeah.
characters. Yeah.
I think that works. Like especially in Marvel, like the X-Men have always felt so kind of floating based on what the rest of the universe is up to.
Hmm. Well, like I just think it's so interesting. I think we've mentioned it on the show before, but like the fact that like for a solid like 2 to 3 years there was just no Fantastic Four, and
Yeah.
like that feels weird to say
What do you mean? Of course
now.
there was. The Terrifics was coming out
Yeah,
then.
the Terrifics, of course. Ah, Jeff Lemire on a mainline Fantastic Four book. Let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah, it's cold outside. Let that sink in.
That's good. That hits. That warms your belly. That's the kind of thought that like warms your belly.
Hmm.
But like to that point, like um, before that hiatus, you had one of the worst received Fantastic Four titles from I think like 2015 to 2017. I don't remember when that book ended,
Mhm.
but
And to be
famously
fair,
not well received.
I think any run following Hickman would get poor
Oh,
reception, but I mean that especially, yeah.
well, especially because it was like, wow, we've done this whole like breakthrough with Hickman. What are we gonna do now? Like nothing. Yay, cool. Like I think what North's been really doing well, and what I really hope, um, more of the X Office gets together is that it's like, okay, you've had this really big status quo shifting era for your characters. I guess in North's case, that was more the slot run than it was the Hickman run. But regardless, like
Mhm.
you've had this really big change for your characters. Now you have to find a unique voice for what your era is going to look like. And Ryan North's done that through the anthology format. I think he's really come into his own with like this week the kids do something weird. Isn't that fun? And it is fun,
Mhm.
and you get to tell
And
really good
getting
stories.
Alicia stories and stuff.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I feel like this current X Office, like we've gotten done with Krakoa, and now it's like, uh, 90s again, and it's like, well, no, like we already did 90s. You got to find your own voice.
Yeah,
Um,
you can't just coast on nostalgia forever.
and that's not to say these creatives can't do it. We have a very talented pool here who can definitely do it, and I think sometimes have
Like
broken through.
Owen is in this cast.
Yes.
Writers. I don't know.
Speaking of which, kind of to get off topic, did you see that in the new solicit for Uncanny, where someone's gonna get killed off?
I did see that this list says that.
Who are you thinking? Do you have a guess? Who's gonna get the axe?
Basically, who do you think is gonna get killed off, or who do you think will die permanently?
You know what?
No one's
Yes
gonna,
to both. I'm
no one's,
actually
no one's gonna
curious.
die permanently. But
Okay, so you think it's just gonna be a fake out, kind
yeah,
of?
I think there'll be something about Gambit dying and coming back because of the magic shenanigans he's gotten into.
I think that's a good one. I was also
I
gonna
think
say kind of
Deathstream
similar.
may either Deathstream and or Ransom.
There we go.
Some shenanigans
Yeah.
with them.
I was gonna say if the whole arc is dealing with the fact that because of the curse, Gambit's gonna eat somebody. I think it'd be really funny if he eats Death Dream,
Deathstream, and who just
and then
comes back
he
and looks
just
like,
comes
"Hey
back
gang,
and
what's
like,
up?"
hey guys. And they're like, you could do that? You could just make multiple bodies? And he's like, yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I think that'd be funny.
Hopefully he doesn't eat. Hopefully we don't have a butter rum situation with the horse.
The horse. Oh no, could you imagine if they killed just the
Not to
horse?
beat a dead horse, but
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Bop.
yeah, this is the high quality content you come to Leaking Out for.
This
Now,
is
excuse me as we stop talking, just meow for 10 minutes. Then we
okay.
can move to the beginning.
Meow,
Meow,
meow.
meow. Okay, I think that's enough. That's like 10 minutes, I think.
Who okay, since we're really off topic, but I want to talk about this. Who do you think's like okay of the Gambit and Rogue triplet kittens?
Yeah,
Who do you think's the yapper? Who do you think won't shut up?
I think that Figaro's the yapper.
That makes sense. That's fair.
Who do you think is the yapper?
I was gonna go with Lucifer, but I see your
Ooh,
point.
Lucifer. Yeah, I like it. I think they're all yappers actually.
The kid from Remy.
They know that if they meow at Remy enough, then they'll get second dinner.
Yeah. And Rogue's like, you really gotta stop coddling them. And he's like, oh, well, they're so cute,
Oh,
Shay.
chérie, these kittens are my life at this point.
Oh,
If
chérie. Gambit is every man's game, Kenny.
Gambit is every cat's. I don't know how to finish that, but I started it, so we have to live with that now.
See, he's a cat made both literally and metaphorically, as in the cats order him around.
Hmm. And that's how anyone with pets will tell you that that's how it goes. I
So
said
true. So true.
we do call my sister our dog's butler. So
Dog butler.
yeah,
I don't know why, but that made me think of Who Woofs the Wolfman.
coming soon to a comic shop near you.
Who Woofs the Wolfman? Mmm, kibble juice.
Who would win? Who Woofs the Wolfman, or did we call it Wokeman or was it Watchwomen? I don't remember.
Oh, watch. I think it was Watch Women.
I don't know. It's one of those.
No, it was definitely the woke men because it was Who Wokes the Wokeman.
Yes, that's what it's. Who Wokes the Wokeman?
Oh, that's a tough. That's tough.
Who needs versus DC when DC can blow Marvel out of the water with these two titles?
Alone. I feel like Alan Moore would approve of Who Woofs the Wolfman.
Well, we know he approved of Watchmen Babies enough for that
Yeah, I was
Simpsons
gonna say
episode.
Watchmen Babies.
Well, he approved of his disapproving it at least.
Yes. God, that's some Alan Moore meta shit right there. It's like I approve of my own disapproving.
What a guy.
What
He's
a
a
guy.
character.
Do you think Alan Moore has hot takes about like the decades thing?
God, I hope so.
Like
I
it
think
was
that
all peak. It was
I
all
don't know if I'd
great
put
till those
I don't know if I'd
greedy
put Alan
companies took
Moore on
over.
the creators I'd want to sit and have a Discord call with list, but he would be one that'd be hilarious to get into the podcast.
Oh,
Although, really, if we're getting creators into the podcast, we're going to start by reaching out to a bunch of the cool people at DC. Nicole Maines, hit us up anytime.
here's the thing though. I'd want to talk
Oh,
to Grant Morrison before I talk to Alan Moore. I
okay.
want the dude. I
Well,
want the
okay,
dude to
hear me
feel
out. We get Grant Morrison and Alan Moore on, and we just both mute our mics.
the debate of the century.
And okay, now I'm getting crazy. What if we get Mark Millar? So it's Mark Millar, Alan Moore, and Grant Morrison, and we just mute our mics and listen.
There you go.
But
You
frankly,
know,
that's what we
there's
need more of in this
definitely like
world. Sometimes we need to just
a messed
listen.
up timeline where it's Alan Moore who wrote the Batman Deadpool crossover.
Grant Morrison wrote Superman Red Sun. Oh wait, that is the timeline we're living in.
That is the timeline we're living in. Mark
Uh,
Millar only has one book, one good book, and it was possibly ghostwritten.
no, I hate to break it to you. He has a second one. It was a good Batman Christmas thing I read for Miles' advent calendar.
Oh, Batman Noel.
Not Noel. Let me see if I can find it. One second.
Oh, Noel's Brian Azzarello.
It was Batman Legend: The Dark Knight, number 79. The cover just says favorite things. It's really cute, but it is a Mark Millar book, so you have to live with that, especially if you like it.
This is how I feel whenever I like something Jeremy Adams wrote.
There we
Very
go.
rare,
That
but it does happen.
you ready for the Kids Are All Fight special?
See, I don't think that'll
Is
be
that
one of
Adams or is that
them.
Williamson? I don't know.
No, Adams is writing the
Okay.
kids.
I don't know. At some point, a bunch of the generic DC white guys have merged together for me.
That's fair. No, I was gonna say like, unfortunately, I can't deny that I really did like that Jay Garrick miniseries from like a year or two ago. That was good,
Hmm.
and he did write it. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I think with that we should probably bring it to a close. Thank you so much for listening, y'all. Um,
Let's see. Make sure you do the things for the platform you're on.
yeah, do the things.
Make sure to
And
smash
for a
that
lot of us
bell, hit
recently,
that subscribe, and ring that like. That's how it goes,
ring
I
that
think.
like.
Ring that like.
Recommend us to your friends.
Make your
Um,
Or at the very least, engage in nonsense conversations with your friends the same way we do here.
so true.
Go out and make
Um,
the world gayer and nerdier.
as you should. Um, and if you're getting sick of our voices, don't worry. We will have another guest on soon. Um,
Scheduling is
trust.
just scheduling. You know how it
It's the
is.
beginning of the year. Cut us some slack. It's the beginning of the
Yeah,
year.
we haven't had a guest since last year. Ha 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 ha.
See you next fall.
Okay, now for real, we should probably start figuring out what our signature wrap up is. So, bye.
Um, bye.